Welcome to Ctrl+Art Create by Vernissage, a platform dedicated to digital art licensing, contemporary digital art, where we explore how digital art is transforming the world. We uncover the stories and strategies behind using art to elevate brand identity, create ambiance, and leave lasting impressions. I'm Tatiana, co-founder of Vernissage, a digital art platform for buying digital art and licensing digital art. And it's our very first podcast of Ctrl+Art Create. I'm very happy that our very special guest today for the inaugural launch of Ctrl+Art Create is Sara Serpilli. Sara, welcome. You are the art manager of Hotel Indigo in downtown Dubai. It's definitely one of my most favorite places. And according to Vogue, Hotel Indigo is where every corner tells a story about art and design. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Sara.
Thank you so much, Tatiana, for having me on this amazing first episode of Vernissage podcast. And yes, I'm Sara. I'm a 27 years old art historian, and I come from Italy. So I recently moved actually in Dubai at the beginning of 2024. Because I had this job opportunity from the hotel, and I'm very happy to be part of Indigo Gang now. So as an art historian, of course, I've been studying art history. I'm graduated in cultural heritage, and I have a couple of masters deepening some other aspects of the art world and the art market. So a master in archaeology and crimes against cultural heritage, and a master in art advisory. So I got the job opportunity here in Dubai, and I'm now curating the collection of the hotel. We have more than 200 pieces scattered all over the hotel, so on the floors, in the rooms, in the lobby, and I also do organize art events and art exhibitions.
Wow, that's wonderful. You have a very unusual set of qualifications. And in the past, you also mentioned you used to work on a couple of very unique projects. Can you perhaps tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so I've been studying archaeology and crimes against cultural heritage, because I think it's important, and it was important for me and for my professional growth to know more about all these illicit trafficking and manufacts looted in an illicit way and trafficked all over the world. And this is a very serious and major problem that we have nowadays. Most of the museums all over the world have collections or masterpieces, unfortunately illicit trafficked and looted from clandestine excavations, from archaeological sites. So my final thesis that had the focus on social networks as a platform where usually people sell the illicit trafficked manufacts, and I wanted to deepen how important is to raise awareness on this problem, especially amongst art professionals. So this is one very important project I've been working on. And then I'm also been working on for contemporary art galleries and in an auction house. I was responsible of the catalog of the online timed auctions, and I did research and expertise on artworks. This is a little bit something more about my past experience.
Terrific. And let's now move on to Hotel Indigo itself. What's the concept behind the hotel? It positions itself as a boutique hotel. What does it actually mean?
Yes, so Hotel Indigo Dubai Downtown is an hotel boutique, a lifestyle hotel boutique that opened 4 years ago. So we celebrated in October 2024 the first the first 4 years anniversary. And it's an hotel boutique with a strong focus on art since the very beginning, because especially one of the owners was an art collector himself. So he wanted to create something very special here in Dubai, and he wanted this place, this hotel, to have this strong focus and this strong connection with the neighborhood story and with the art field here in Dubai. So the hotel has a collection has a permanent collection on the 19 floors. We have amazing pieces that were commissioned by the creative team since the very beginning, and displayed, for example, in the lobby or in the Open Sesame restaurant that we have. We have an amazing artwork by Rafik Anadol, who is a Turkish artist. Now he's a legend, but when we had the first project in the hotel, it was the first public art to be displayed in Middle East by him. So it was an honor to have such an amazing piece. And so we also organize art tours, and since I joined in March 2024, I decided also to inaugurate a series, a sort of art gathering every month called Blank Canvas, with which I give the chance to emergent artists from UA, but not only, to display some of their pieces and to tell us more about themselves during the art night and during our gathering in the hotel. So it's a way to make art more accessible to everyone and to a wider public.
Wonderful. You mentioned Rafik Anadol, who is, of course, very famous. Are there any other artworks that are valuable, very famous in your art collection?
Of course, we have a different collection on each of the floors and also in the rooms. They were commissioned to UA artisans, creatives, artists, especially from the Gulf, but also in general from UA and from Europe as well, that of course contributed added value to the collection. Then we have a masterpiece in the lobby called Bedouin 2020. And it's a sort of site-specific installation made of reused motherboards, together with fabric and wires, because we're also a sustainable hotel, and we wanted through this piece also to create a sort of connection between past, present and future, also using some of the materials that are typical of UA, like the fabric from the carpets or the tapestry. And then we have another amazing piece by Rand Abdul Jabbar. We have a design bench made of wood that she created together with a local design studio, reinterpreting the traditional shape of a boat, but we have a sort of section of the boat in the lobby, so it's a contemporary version of a traditional and also a symbolic shape and symbol of the city of Dubai.
Indeed, we actually sat on these chairs. They're very beautiful. I wouldn't say they're very comfortable, but beautiful
Yes.
nevertheless. Certainly have a very designer look. You mentioned you have lots of different events. Can you perhaps for our audience, can you explain what kind of events or tours you have, and blank canvas you mentioned for emerging artists? Anything else that's going on?
Sure. So blank canvas, I would say, is the one which is dearest to me, because this was an idea I had when I joined, just to support in my little way, in my own way, the artisans, creatives, talents based in Dubai. So I wanted this event to be a sort of monthly gathering for professionals that also have different backgrounds, like architects, curators, or people from the real estate, businessmen, just to make art accessible to everyone, and in a non-traditional space like the one that we have. For example, we hosted an artist from Qatar, Nada El Kerashi. She's a multidisciplinary researcher and designer, and we put some of her pieces made of glass in our Open Sesame restaurant, and she had a presentation with the gallery representing her in Dubai, which is Double J Collective. Then we hosted Annalise Cordero. She's from Ecuador, and she works with recycled materials, because we're also a sustainable hotel, and we're particularly committed on this. And we also had Matt Harding from UK working with leather. So I really want to bring unique projects, one of a kind projects that we usually don't see in the galleries here in Dubai. But I also hosted art exhibitions like the one we had with Emanuele. Crafting Reality was the name. And I wanted to introduce the NFT world to an hotel as well. So we currently have the collection on display in our lobby wall. And we will soon host another exhibition in December with an artist called Ryo Tenogata, coming from Tokyo, flying directly from Tokyo to be with us, and I think it will be a very nice event.
Oh, this is very, very special. We also, at Vernissage, we also would like to support emerging artists, and we do. A lot of our artists quite young. They're not very well established, although we also have some more established artists and award-winning artists, thankfully, which is really great news. And in your opinion, how does art add value? It may be to the corporate brand, to user experience, the experience of your guests, and so on. How can you elaborate on that, please?
Sure. So, as far as I saw, people are interested in art, and they're very curious, and most of our guests keep calling me and asking me to tell them more about what we have on display. And this is my main goal, also to make, as I said, art accessible to everyone, despite their background or their education or where they come from, because it's something that somehow can connect people together. I think there are a few hotels that have a figure like the art manager, a professional figure like that of the art manager, taking care of an art collection. Most of the hotels, restaurants, cafes have art advisors, collaborate with art advisors who suggest them which type of pieces they should buy, which type of collection they should display, but then they don't have long-term relations with them, and there's no specific, there's not a specific figure managing the collection after, for example, the restaurant or the hotel purchase it. In my case, story is different, because I'm a fully employee in the hotel, so I can also build projects that have a value on the long run. And I think this is the great part of this hotel boutique in Dubai. Of course, Hotel Indigo is a brand and is a chain that has locations all over the world. But I think the one in Dubai is really very special and very unique because it fosters creativity and it fosters emergent talents. And I think that when it comes to art, every office, every hotel, every restaurant or cafe should have art inside, because it also affects the way people perceive the space, how they live the space, how it also affects somehow the well-being of people working in a specific space, in a specific studio. So it's very important to be surrounded by art, of course, high quality art and pieces if possible, because it also helps the well-being of all people living and somehow influenced by what they have around them and what surrounds them.
I absolutely agree, and a lot of people understand that it adds value to guests, to maybe the surroundings, the way the space is perceived, but it also adds value to employees and improves their well-being. It's actually quite an amazing point. Are you trying in any way to measure the benefits of having art collections? Is there a good way to measure it at all, or we're just talking about long-term benefits, as you suggested?
I don't think there's a way to measure the well-being or the benefits that art has on people, but I think that the idea and the memory of those people will be somehow influenced by the art they were able to see in a space or in a specific event, or in our case in our hotel. And it's also again a way to create a sort of bridge and between different cultures, and to live a positive experience, and it helps people to have a nice idea of the space they've been in which they've been living for 1 week, 1 month, just a few days. Most of them, for example, reach out to me after they stay, when they leave, just to thank me and to say some kind words about the works we have on display. So I think in Hotel Indigo's case, this is something very important, because it goes beyond the traditional stay for business or for leisure that people can have. It's something that helps us building long-term relations with people from all over the world.
I totally agree. It's really difficult to measure the benefits of art and digital art for that matter. I would like to move on to digital art a little bit, because since this is our interest. You mentioned that you have an NFT collection, correct?
Yes.
Plus, of course, Rafik Anadol, who's very famous.
Yes. So Rafik Anadol projects called Wind of Dubai. It's a very complex and it's a very special and unique project, because, as I said, it's the first public art that he displayed in Middle East. So it's a sort of big digital canvas that we have behind front office desks that has these sort of abstract designs moving and changing, and they change and they move based on the different temperature in Dubai, because the surface was conceived with an algorithm that is able to perceive the gas pattern, speed, and the gas pattern, speed, and so the design changes according to the weather outside. This is something very cool that our guests find very interesting. I do really love the design that we have at night. It's an orange and red design that we have with these warm lights in the hotel, and I really love this project. Together with his team, Rafik Anadol has been working during the course of 1 year to produce this specific algorithm that helps the surface of the digital canvas to be able to change the design. And then we recently also, as you mentioned, inaugurated Crafting Reality. Traditional art meets NFTs, very nice, and a very new project for Hotel Indigo with Emanuele Dascagno. He's a fine artist, so he starts his career studying at the Brera Academy in Italy. He's Italian, but he's been exhibiting and working all over the world, and he also recently moved to Dubai. So we met and we started discussing together what to bring to the hotel, on which specific project we wanted to focus on for an exhibition. And it had a really great turnout. I'm very happy about that.
Oh, very good. Just for our audience, of those who are not familiar with the term NFT, it's a non-fungible token, and it's actually a license or a right, if you want to express it that way, to a particular piece of art. It's not art itself, it's just like a smart contract.
Tatiana, I'm very curious now. Which type of artist are you looking for to collaborate with Vernissage?
We do have a certain profile of artists. We want, because we're in digital art, which is technology related, we want to we're looking for artists that are pushing boundaries of creative expression. We're also looking for artists who are into conceptual art, also very sensitive to critical social issues of our times, and generally who fuse fine art traditions with upcoming technology. For example, some artists are experimenting now with AI, as you know, that's very common, and so these type of artists. And we're also looking for, by the way, curators who are supporting these type of artists and who are visionary, who can amplify all these diverse voices in the digital art. And digital art is very, very versatile. It has many, many faces.
Oh, that's interesting. Tell me more about the vision of Vernissage and the plans that you have for the future of this amazing platform that artists can use.
Well, firstly, we must strive to be a global platform, and we want to connect corporates with unique digital pieces. All of them are curated pieces. Art has for a very long time been very elitist, as you sort of mentioned that during the interview. And we want to bring art to public display, take it out of the gallery, of the black box, if you will, or white box, and put it somewhere where people can actually see it and enjoy it. One of our ideas, for example, is to promote digital art in hospitals, because art is known to have this really good effect and big effect on your well-being.
Yeah, this is a very cool idea. You already have like an idea on how to structure some of your projects, or what would you like to do with hospitals? You already have something in mind for that?
We do have something in mind, but every digital display is unique, so we are going to tailor make it for the corporate that would like to use it, and it should be also very consistent with the corporate branding. So it's on a project by project basis. This is how I see it. Thank you.
Yes, true, 100%. Can you tell me more about your background, your past experiences? Have you always been working in the art field, or you come from a different world? How you ended up working with such a nice platform for artists?
I don't come from a traditional arts background. I'm a business professor, but I've always been interested in emerging technologies. And at around 2016, 2017, I became really, really interested in blockchain. And we even used to run here one of the biggest communities in blockchain very early on in Dubai. But with time, this interest shifted then, by the way, to NFTs, non-fungible tokens. There was a lot of hype about them, and we even toyed with the idea of doing it as an NFT marketplace, but we soon wanted to distance ourselves from this idea of the NFT marketplace, because we saw what's happening with other NFT marketplaces, and we definitely wanted to make it as curated as possible. We wanted people to find really quality art pieces on our platform, and this is why we decided to go for just selling digital art, but now actually more into licensing, because as you mentioned, I think the public needs to see what beauty can be created with digital art and how it can transform the world.
So why the name Vernissage for your platform? It sounds like a French word. Can you tell us more about how you ended up with this name?
Oh, thank you for asking, because not many people can even pronounce it sometimes very well. But it's a French word, but it comes from a very old English tradition, but it's also accepted in other languages, exactly the same, in Russian, for example, and in English as well. The tradition was that just before the opening night of an exhibition, all the artists were invited to put the last varnish, or vernis in French, on their paintings. And so it became kind of a very special night for the artists at that time, and then it's somehow transformed into a cocktail party for very special guests. So Vernissage is just the day before before the official opening, where a lot of very important people come to see the artworks and maybe buy them as well.
Thank you so much.
And more generally, how do you see the value of digital art, since you kind of adopted it in your design, interior design for Hotel Indigo? Can other retail establishments like malls and restaurants and maybe some other wellness centers or other hotels, real estate agencies, can they benefit from digital art? What do you think?
Yes, I really think it's important at least to consider digital art. There has been a lot of discussions on this type of art, especially for business related and for the commercial aspects that is somehow connected with the NFTs, who you rightly said is a sort of digital certificate associated to the physical artwork that people can get. For example, in our lobby we have these printed versions of the original drawings that Emanuele created in the past. So if people buy the physical print, they can also get this sort of digital certificate associated to the physical artwork that can be lost or damaged, while the digital certificate on the blockchain somehow guarantees a longer life to the artwork itself. I really think that digital art should be considered, should be included in public spaces. There are a lot of talented artists all over the world working and experimenting also with, for example, AI. So, but not only mixing together, for example, traditional techniques with new ideas. So I think it's worth at least to present digital art also in non-traditional spaces, like not in the traditional galleries, but also, as you mentioned, in cafes, restaurants, other real estate buildings or offices, because it's important also to see how people react, and it can also help it also adds value to the brand itself, and it can bring something really, really cool to the brand itself, to the company.
Yes, indeed. A lot of brands are collaborating with digital artists in particular, like Gucci has done it, and this campaign has gone viral. Roberto Cavalli is doing it,
yes.
and a lot of other brands like Coca-Cola. Their recent digital video and ad was really magnificent. A lot of people like it, even though they may not like the product itself, but the ad was terrific. And maybe one of the last questions that I would like to for you to maybe elaborate on. Do you think, and it's your personal opinion, would corporates be more open to buying art, digital art, or renting or licensing digital art? Because in the traditional art space, renting is pretty normal. It's a business model that's widely accepted. What do you think about digital art?
I think it mostly depends on the budget that they have, because as far as I saw, especially here in Dubai, most of the people like just to rent the digital art to be put on display in their spaces without really investing on long-term projects. But it depends on, of course, also on the idea that they have for the future of the company or for their brand. I think if you invest on the right artists and on the right high-quality works, it's something that you will start finding the real benefits on the long term.
This is music to my ears, what you just said, and certainly this is what we are trying to promote, licensing rather than buying. Of course, if somebody wants to buy digital art from us, it's great news, but licensing, I think it's a lot more flexible, a lot more dynamic, you can refresh it, and generally speaking, lots of benefits to doing this. Sara, thank you so much for your wonderful insights, big man, and very rare and unique insights that you brought into this conversation. Where can people find you, Sara?
Thank you so much for having me. And yes, people can find me on socials like LinkedIn or Instagram. My Instagram is Sara Advisor. And they can reach out to the hotel if they have any question about our collections, or pass by for a coffee to meet me there.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you. I'll certainly take advantage of that. Yeah, and Vernissage you can find on www.vernissage.art. Thank you.
Thank you.